Hi, Mighty Mommy here, and I'm ready to share some quick and dirty parenting tips with you that will help make your life as a parent a little bit easier and a lot more fun. Today's episode is all about fun ways you can help your kids stay connected to their grandparents, regardless of how far away you live. I'm your host, Cheryl Butler. This past September 7th, families across the country celebrated a very special holiday known as National Grandparents' Day. It all started in 1970 when a West Virginia housewife named Marion Lucille Herndon McQuaid initiated a campaign to set aside a special day just for grandparents. The first Grandparents' Day was proclaimed in 1973 in West Virginia by Governor Arch Moore, but it took a lot of effort before the United States Congress passed legislation officially making the first Sunday after Labor Day National Grandparents' Day. The proclamation was signed by President Jimmy Carter. Today, even with the overwhelmingly hectic lives that families lead, grandparents still play a tremendously important role in the lives of their grandkids. In fact, according to a recent report from AARP.org, over 7 million children are living in homes where grandparents or other relatives are the head of the house, with more than 5 million kids living in their grandparents' homes. Today's episode discusses the importance of kids staying connected to their grandparents. Regardless of whether your kids live with or close to their grandparents, or have a long-distance relationship with them, the unconditional love, support, and shared wisdom that develops between kids and grandparents is something uniquely special, and something that will hopefully never be taken for granted. With that in mind, here are 5 fresh ways to help cultivate a stronger connection between your kids and their grandparents, both on Grandparents' Day and all year long. Tip number 1, mail call. Who doesn't love receiving a card or letter in the mail that is just for fun and completely unexpected? While technology affords us instant avenues for communicating with friends and loved ones, there is still something special about receiving actual handwritten mail that is delivered right to our homes, and that isn't a bill. One way for kids and grandparents to stay connected is by exchanging notes, drawings, cards, and other written communication. My kids' grandparents live close by, but we still enjoy sending them copies of report cards, drawings, crossword or Sudoku puzzle pages that my kids like to work on, or funny greeting cards throughout the year. This habit has carried over to my college kids, who have found it comforting to correspond back and forth when apart from our family during the school year. Tip number 2, bond with books. Sharing the gift of reading is a wonderful way for grandparents to bond with their grandkids. Have Grandma or Grandpa take the kids to the library for story hour, or to just sit and look for interesting books together. Later, they can snuggle on the couch and read while you're running errands or making dinner. And tweens and teens can keep their grandparents in the loop by sharing the different series they might be reading, and then invite them to read the same book so they can discuss them. This could even turn into their own grandparent-grandchild book club, where they meet up for ice cream sundaes and some one-on-one time to talk about the books, as well as other things going on in their lives. Tip number 3, online playtime. If the grandparents in your life are tech-savvy, then your kids can really have some fun interacting with them and playing a wide variety of online games together. Check out www.letsplayplease.com for fun and free ways to engage and connect over Skype. Or on grandparents.com, you can find a great selection of online games. My kids love Huda Math Site and have often invited their grandmother to play these games with them to share what they've learned. Tip number 4, schedule play dates. Our busy kids have calendars with more activities and appointments than many adults do. But don't let soccer, karate class, and a dozen birthday party invites clog up your child's entire schedule. Get some official dates with Gran and Gramps on the board as well. We intentionally schedule our kids' agendas with wellness visits, dental checkups, and other items that we wouldn't want them to miss out on. So, while you've got your calendar out, why not pick some dates that work for both the grandparents and your kids? This way, they can have regularly scheduled playdates throughout the year. When it's on the family calendar, you're more apt to honor that time just as you would another appointment. The only difference is This one will be highly anticipated by all the parties involved. And tip number 5, bedtime stories. When my kids were younger and their grandparents visited around bedtime, nothing was more sacred than the wonderful treat of having Grandpa read them their bedtime story. He always took his time, and no matter what story he was reading, he always made it a real adventure. He recently passed away, and the one memory my kids all talk about was how he made their bedtime routine so much magical and fun. Now, grandparents can create a special bedtime ritual by recording a favorite story at astorybeforebed.com, where you can choose from hundreds of book titles and record text online with audio and or video. The grandkids can then play the story back anytime they would like using an iPad, iPhone, a Mac, or a PC. How do you help your kids stay connected with their grandparents? Share your thoughts in the comments section at quickanddirtytips.com/mighty-mommy, or you can post your ideas on the Mighty Mommy Facebook page, or email me at mommy@quickanddirtytips.com. Visit my family-friendly boards at pinterest.com/mightymommyqdt for more fun ideas for your family. I hope you let the grandparents in your life know how special they are to your kids. And until next time, happy parenting.